I know it's been a little bit since I've recorded versus last year. I got a little overwhelmed mentally and just had a lot on my plate. And I thought about it this summer and I said, Simone, you're always going to have a lot on your plate because that is who you are. Hey everyone, good morning. Well, I'm back. It is the first day of school with kids today. And this year I'm going to have a lot on my plate again this year. But honestly, I wanted to bring videos to you and actually record how my school year is going from start and hopefully to finish, or at least to winter break, I'm saying. Because I realized I had a lot of people who truly wanted me to actually record. They were really caring about my content and what I had to provide for you guys and what I was sharing. So I wanted to bring these videos this year to you guys because of that. I wanted to bring you the content that you guys wanted and that you like to see versus my garage door. There we go. Finally got it. My garage door doesn't close all the time. I guess I got to get it looked at, right? But anyhow, I wanted to bring you your content this year because I realize I do have a lot to offer and I love the community that the teaching community on YouTube has, and I wanted to make sure that you all have and see what I'm doing this year because I have a lot planned. So I'm driving to school right now and it's about 7:10. That clock's a little bit fast, but it's about 7:10 in the morning. When I get into school, I'm excited because this year I am doing flexible seating, which that is new this year. I wanted to try something different and I'm very nervous about it because my classroom management is not broken. You know how they say don't fix anything if it's not broken? Well, my classroom management was not broken. I just felt like I needed something new. And I'm excited because today is the first day of my flexible seating and I want to see how the kids react and what they do when they come in because I don't have a lot of regular chairs. So, I am going to do a classroom tour for 2017-2018 school year because my classroom does look different than last year. I like to switch it up and this year I really switched it up. So I will be doing a classroom tour that you will be seeing in this video. It may not be right away when I come in today, but I will make sure that I include that in my video. So I am headed into school. I will make sure I vlog a little bit later. And if for all those teachers that are going back today and you're going to meet your kiddos for the very first time, I want to say happy first day of school and I hope it goes successful. I know it will because we all are important. And remember, smile, be kind, give those kiddos hugs and love them tightly because a lot of them are looking forward to this day because their summers were very uneventful or it was very eventful and they kind of just want a safe place to be. And guess what? You're going to be their safe place or their safe person and school's going to be their safe place. All right, I will talk to you guys a little bit later. Have a great first day. It is the end of the day of the first day of school. It is now evening time. It's past the end of the day. And as you can tell, I am no longer in my classroom because I said it was all about balance this year, and it is. By 4 o'clock, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out of that building, out of that school, and in my own comfort, my Zen place, which is my home. So that's a goal. Maybe one day out of the week, I'm going to be staying late, like Wednesdays, so I can plan Wednesdays to Wednesdays. But other than that, I'm out at 4. But for all you teachers that had your first day, are you exhausted? I don't know about you, but I am exhausted. I actually had to go to Starbucks here and get me Americano because I was so tired. But the one thing that I wanted to talk about is the fact that this day was so super fast, and my kids were all right. They really, I don't really have any issues when it comes to behavior or calling out a turn and so on and so forth. But let me bite my tongue because it is the first day of school, right? No, my kids were really good. And I really wanted to get on so I can tell you about how flexible seating went in my first year. Now, first of all, this is my first year ever doing flexible seating, period. I've always wanted to, and I did. And I didn't go all out with all these chairs and buy all this stuff. I just kind of used the desks that were there because my fear is usually when you get rid of desks, they disappear on you and when you need them back. So I was like, what can I do with what I have to make this a flexible seating arrangement? So the funny thing is when they come in, I'm one of the first classrooms right away. So a lot of the kids come to me right away and I ask them, who's your teacher? Do you know where you're going? So my kids, when they came in and said, I have you, I got excited and introduced myself, but it was something different that the kids didn't see. So I had like white tags out, like they're going to be their name tag, because I wanted them to design their own name tag instead of me just saying, this is your spot, here it is. And I just put like about 40 of them out everywhere in every sitting arrangement that I have, period. And when they came in, I said, good morning, nice to meet you. I want you to go in. I have the morning message on the board, a really nice note for you all. And I would like you to find any spot where you see a white name tag. And then they just looked at me and they're like, any spot? I go, any spot. And then I waited outside of my room and watched them like circle around the room a couple of times. And I had to hold back because the part of me wanted to say, okay, find a seat. Let's go. Find a seat. But in my brain, I just held back and I said, you know what? They're finding their seat. They're exploring. They're taking it all in. Their faces lit up and they were excited because I'm sure no other teacher has told them before, walk in, find a seat, and one of their seats are next to two pillows. You get what I'm saying? So most of the kids gravitated towards the areas with chairs. A lot of my kids felt confused, and the places where I had carpet squares or pillows, they grabbed the chairs off of the computer area where the computer tables were, and they put it toward their desk. So I actually had some kids hauling chairs across the room so they could sit in a chair because they weren't used to it. And they just thought I was a little nutso, I guess. And they figured I'll just make my own spot. So I just let them go. They were making a lot of noise at first, and I let them go. But then once they read my morning message and they did what they had to do, it got quiet. So that was me stepping back and letting go and not being in such control of everything. Okay, so let me get going. We had our whole day with the tours and going over the school-wide expectations that we have to do with our principal. But I then went over my flexible seating expectations, and I'm actually going to, when I do a classroom tour, I'm going to go and show you the poster of that so that you, if you would like to use it or use something similar, you can do that. So I went over the flexible seating expectations and I kind of like explained to them, you can pick a smart seat. So a seat that you are going to work well in. And if it's next to somebody, you're chatting, you can move, but let's not move like every 1 minute you want to move. That's not how it works. So after I explained that, my kids were doing miraculous things on the first day of school. A lot of them have a lot of their friends together, especially my group of boys. My group of boys are like, they're tight. And I'm telling you, as soon as they came in, which is kind of good in a way, but as long as it's in appropriate times. So my group of boys all of a sudden split. After I went over the expectations, my boys just kind of went across the room. Some were laying on the floor and they were exploring this thing called flexible seating. So I kind of went over them to them privately, like separately, just while they're doing their get to know you activities and so on. I just said, hey, I noticed you switched your seat. And without me saying anything, they said, yeah, I really thought about that smart seat. And I just knew I was going to talk to him. So I just got a pillow and I moved my seat. And I kind of just smiled and laughed and I said, you know what? I love the fact that you did that. You acknowledged the fact that you were not going to be as focused in the spot that you originally chose. Good job. And I left it like that. So honestly, the first day of school for them to actually notice that and actually move and actually do that, I had my mouth like, I'm excited. You have no idea. This is really big for me because the most important thing as a teacher, for me, for you, for teachers who want to do flexible seating, is letting go of the control. Let them explore. Let them make a little bit of a mess, because guess what? You're going to teach them how to be part of a community, how to be part of a family, and how we take care of things in our community and how we take care of each other and our family. And guess what? By the end of the day, your room is going to be orderly. I'm going to tell you something. By the end of the day, my room was put back together on their own. The only thing I had to have kids do is just like I assigned 2 jobs: turn off the computers and then lay out the popsicle sticks for lunch count. That was it. They picked up the broom. They were sweeping all the little papers from all the labels and the STEM activity we were doing. They actually asked for a Clorox wipe. They were like, can I have a wipey, Miss G? Because I guess there was glue on the desk. And I'm like, sure, you can have a wipey. But my kids this year, they're not afraid to explore. And I felt as if this flexible seating and the way I went about it, it really gave them the chance to feel safe, to explore without making mistakes. So I think that had a lot to deal with, but I definitely want to get on and share that with you. But I will be, like I said, aiming to vlog throughout the week. We do have a short week this week, so it'll be like a 4-day week, but I want to vlog and I want to make this a weekly thing, just so you can see my journey throughout the school year, because some days I'll look all chipper and happy. Some days might be exhausting. Like today's an exhausting day and you might need extra coffee, but you know, that's part of teaching. It's part of the course. And I want to share all of that with you because I do have a lot on my plate this year. I'm in a lot of after school activities that I'm leading, that I'm coaching. And, you know, it could get a little hectic. But you know what? It's important that you see this because that's what being an involved teacher is. And this community definitely needs to see that. But I hope you all have a fantastic night. Enjoy your evening. Don't forget to relax. Don't forget to go to bed a little bit earlier, just so you could be rested for your kiddos for day number 2. Because if you thought they were full of energy today, tomorrow they're going to be full of more energy because they're comfortable. Okay? So thanks. I will actually vlog a little bit tomorrow, sometime tomorrow during the day. All right. Talk to you later. Good morning. It is Tuesday, and I am actually here in my classroom. I wanted to make sure I film because, number one, I said to you yesterday that sometime I am going to be doing a classroom tour. So you can see my classroom for 2017-2018 school year. And looking at the time, it's about 7:25 and in the morning, and I thought this would be perfect because before the kids come in, and everything. My classroom's pretty much set. And, I'm super proud of my kids because they did clean up and straighten the way they were supposed to, without me even prompting them. So, all right, so I'm going to give you the classroom tour so you can see my room and how I set up my flexible seating this year. So let me turn you around so that you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so I'm going to do this as if I am walking into my room for the day. And when you walk into the room, the first thing that you're going to see is my calendar area. I will put like lunch menu and different things here, but it's my calendar area, which will get filled. Each of my students will have a binder with their number on it. So this area is going to be for like their data and for them to follow along as they're walking around the room with some of their ELA. Lunch sticks here in attendance. I will keep worksheets and activities in here so they can just go about it. If I come this way and walk, I have different desks set up. I have some squares, I have some ottomans around, I have some chairs, some standing areas, and some carpet squares. So in this way that they can sit if they would like to. If I turn this way, I have my printer, I have some posters, and my 2 turn-in bins. Since I departmentalize, I do have for my homeroom and my partner teacher's homeroom. Also, around here, I have, these are actually shoe holders. And for these shoe holders, I like to supply the kids the pencils, highlighters. And since they're not using their desk and they're going to be sitting on the floor, I need an area where they can store everything. For now, I do have their name tags in there so that when they come in the morning, they know that they need to grab it. And that one's for my homeroom, and that one's going to be for my partner's homeroom. We have our library here. In the back here, I do have some desks where the students, let me walk around this way, the students can sit, stand, they know to grab carpet squares, or there's an ottoman, which I tell them they can move it around a little bit. Those I'm okay with. If some students want to be alone or work with partners, I have a desk area back here. This is my Chromebook cart because we get to use Chromebooks. I have desks back here for standing, a single desk, and these are my pillows that are here, so students know that they can grab pillows and use them. I also have a big, like, I call them a dining room style table. So you can see that I have a dining room style table right here, and you can see that. The horseshoe table in the back here, this is going to be for my small group. So I tell the students, these are the areas you can sit, not at the horseshoe table, because that is going to be open for me when we need it. And you can see my flexible seating expectations. Couldn't think of the word right there. So I have my flexible seating expectations there. Let's walk around this way in the back of the room. I do have a cluster of desks together here. And then my computer areas are still the same along the back, because honestly, it is a bugger to move because the wiring behind it, and honestly, I don't have any time to go ahead and, mess with all these wires. So I just leave it the way it is. I have another dining room style table set up here, along with student mailboxes where we will put the papers, folders, so on and so forth in there. I also have 2 low desks here. I wanted to do more low desks, but the problem is when they wax or when they're storing them, the screws and the bolts on the desk, they get stuck, and I honestly could not unscrew it. And honestly, I couldn't tell the custodian come and unscrew all of them because he does have other things to do. But I just figured I'll do 2, see how the students react to it. And if the students are like always going for these 2 desks on the ground, I'm just gonna ask the custodian to do like 3 more. And then this way I'll just have that available. So over here towards my teacher desk, this is going to be the community supply area, and I have trash cans here, but you can see I have them labeled, but this is the community supply area. And this is my teacher desk where I have my things. when I do small group, I'm going to have like, so I have baskets here, so when I lesson plan, I can just put the small group things in, and then I have where I can photocopy ahead of time. These are going to be the bins where I keep everything that I'm photocopying ahead of time. I do need to switch out some of these bins because we did switch from Storytown to Wonders this year, so I will be doing that. If you want a little close-up for my flexible seating expectations, nothing fancy, but there we go. Okay. And then this is the front of the room. These are, I have to still get myself ready for today. I still have everything up here from I still have everything up here from earlier, from yesterday. So I still have all of that I need to do. And this area here, I just found this carpet, I guess when my mom was carpeting or someone was carpeting. I did get this carpet, and it's literally just from a big sheet of carpet when someone carpeted their floor. So I am going to upgrade to another carpet that's nicer, but for now, since I ran out of time, I figured this would be great so the kids could get the idea that this is the area they go to when I need to speak to them or doing a whole group instruction before they branch off on their own. So that was my classroom tour. I hope you enjoyed it and you liked the things I did with flexible seating. Remember, if you are someone that wants to explore flexible seating, but you don't have the extra money, or you don't want to necessarily get rid of all of your desks like I did, like I said yesterday, I was afraid to get rid of all my desks because, you know, I was afraid that when they're out of my room and it comes time for testing, because I am in a testing grade, 4th grade does take state testing, but if I am in testing grade, and when I need the desk back, I'm afraid that I'm going to be scrambling everywhere and I can't find them. So it was important for me that I kept basically my desk and the tables in my room, so that when I do need it for testing, or if I needed to switch back for whatever reason, it is available and I'm not scrambling like crazy. That's all. So it is about 7:30 now, and I wanted to make sure I gave you that classroom tour before I slipped, and this week just goes by me. So I'm going to get myself ready for the day. I'm going to update my morning message and what the kids need to do, and just review my lesson plans and see if there's anything else that I need to do to get myself started today. All right, I will check with you a little bit later, and I hope you all have a fantastic second day of school. All right, so I'm in the parking lot at school. I just finished. As you can see, I'm in workout getup because I just finished working out. Today is such a rainy and gloomy day. Usually Tuesdays and Thursdays, I try to go for a run after school as part of my cardio during the week, but also it was rainy outside, and it honestly looks ridiculous. So some of my coworkers and whatnot, we do some Beachbody workouts. So we decided to push the tables and desk out the way, and we did a workout. So I'm sitting in my car now because I decided I want to go home. And because first of all, remember I talked about balance and having balance with everything that you do. Working out helps me keep my balance. It also keeps my mind right, but also it also allows me the time that at 4 o'clock I know I have to get out of here, and because I'm working out, or I begin my workout here at school with my coworkers. So right now I am driving because I'm going to be headed to my home. I have a couple of things to do, but not really. I'm just pretty much relaxing because it is time for me to get out of that building so I can keep my balance. The other thing I want to say is, I know it's been a while since I've done videos, and I kind of forgot how when you do a video, you have to like turn your camera the other way. Like you got to turn your camera around, and I noticed that I didn't do that, and it wasn't like, I call it landscape, I don't know, like if you hold the paper, landscape, but I noticed I didn't do that for my first start of my videos yesterday and this morning. So I do apologize for that, because I don't know if it's going to turn out okay. So I apologize for that, and for the rest of this video I'm gonna remember to turn it, I guess, landscape style. I guess that's what camera people call it. I'm not a camera person, I'm just vlogging my day, I guess. But I wanted to get on and tell you about my day. It was, the kids are getting comfortable, let's say that, day 2, and they're getting comfortable already. The major thing is with my kids and them getting comfortable is, number one, I have some chatty kids, and I think I said that before, but we're doing some exciting things, and it's very hard to go over directions because I can't just throw all the materials at them and say, all right, here we go, here's the STEM activity, go and do it. Especially since we're going to be doing things on Google Classroom. And so when I'm going over this STEM activity, we had to do a STEM activity to see which candy loses its color the fastest. And I had them go on Google Classroom and log in. I had a spreadsheet all set for them with boxes and color coordinated all nicely, where they had to go in and just click and type. That's about it. But my kids being chatty, I had to put my foot down and actually be stern with them and tell them, like, listen, like, if we're going to be doing activities like this, or just in general, you need to be using your active listening skills, because if you don't use your active listening skills, I'm sorry, we're not going to be able to get through things like this. And I think they kind of got it. They were like, all right, I get it, Miss G, I get it. But overall, I'm so pleased with my students. They are very helpful. They are very kind to each other. And, you know, I have a student in my room that she struggles, and not just academically, but socially. She struggles emotionally, and she does have the systems in place for her to excel and do well. And today those systems weren't fully in place because it is the second day of school, and we weren't on a fully regular schedule, but tomorrow we will be. And I know it threw her off because it wasn't what she would be used to. But my kids in my class are very, very, very good with her. They're understanding. They do not laugh. They do not make fun, but they help her. Last year, I didn't have a group of students like that. And you know what? I know I shouldn't be comparing these kids because they are different individuals. They are different people. But it's a breath of fresh air to hear them help each other and to have kind words for each other and to be respectful. But on the other note, the kids that they weren't necessarily respectful to each other, let me tell you, they were running to me today from 5th grade upstairs and giving me hugs, and the guys and the girls. And you know, it was nice to know that even though we butt heads and we had our times where things didn't go the way it was planned to go, you know, they still cared, and they love the tough love, and they don't hate me, sort of deal, you know. And that's a good feeling to know. It's a good feeling to know. But anywho, I am going to finish driving here and go home. And I just wanted to make sure I got on today to just give you a rundown of my day or my afternoon and what we did. Tomorrow's going to be a teaching day when we're actually getting into our curriculum, so I'm pretty okay with that. And then we are all set. So I will chat with you tomorrow. All right, have a good night. Good afternoon, everyone. It is after school, like a little bit more after school. I decided to stay after. It's Wednesday. It is my later day, so I get more things done on Wednesday. But I wanted to get on and just shoot a little video for you guys and vlog, just to tell you how my day went, because I know I didn't get the opportunity to come on this morning and share with you how my day went. So it actually went really well. I've been saying, like, these last couple of days, my kids are fantastic. They're phenomenal. Now, in addition to that, I have some kids that needed a little bit of reminders. So I had a couple of kids that I had to just remind them. And, one of the girls said to me, last year my teacher didn't pay any attention to me and just ignored me. And I was really well behaved. And she didn't notice me and they didn't say anything. And that's why she started acting out. So I'm so glad that I actually pulled her to the side, spoke with her, and then instead of like in front of everybody reprimanding her, I just kind of said, come here. And thank goodness I co-teach, so there was another teacher in my room, so I was able to pull her out of my room to have that conversation with her. And it kind of broke my heart to hear that her teacher really didn't pay attention to her or anything. So anyway, that was her reason why she was acting out. And I just said to her, now listen, I am acknowledging you are here and I care. And I let her know that I want to be able to acknowledge her for the great things that she does, not the things that I'm telling her to redirect and do other things. So she understood and she turned it around. So I'm telling you this story, or this mini story, because you're going to have kids in your classroom that are going to act out. And you don't know the reason, especially in the beginning of the year, why they are acting out. Because it's so much more deeper than what's going on in your class at the time. Most of the time it's deeper than the activity. And honestly, as a teacher, don't take it personal, because it's not personal. Here, it was something that happened in the past. You never know what these kids are dealing with. So we left and she gave me a great big hug and she didn't want to go. And I said, honey, I will see you tomorrow. You got to get on your bus. And I kind of just walked with her to the door and I was like, adios, ciao, see you tomorrow. So kind of made my heart melt. So that's good. The other thing is, today was the first day we actually started with our new Wonders program. So I had to get my cup of coffee because it's late. I'm exhausted. Our schedule's crazy. So I just had a cup of coffee. But anyway, we started our new Wonders program today. Phenomenal. I was so nervous, not only because it was something I haven't done. It wasn't a program that I'm used to. But I'm patting myself on the back because it was fantastic. And I realized as I was teaching it, I said, you know what? You do this already. There's no need to be upset. There's no need, not that I was upset or anything, but there's no need to panic and get yourself worked up. So it was important that I was able to teach it to both my classes. Both my classes reacted 2 different ways, but I have one early in the morning and then I have my other class right at the end of the day. So I do the best I can. And, my goal this year is to love on my kids. They're not a test score. They're not numbers. They are people. And they're going to be growing up and running society and working. And I want them to realize that. And I want other people to realize that, but it's not going to happen. But for me, I'm loving on them, basically. And that's my goal this year, is to love on them, hear them out, and help them out at the same time. So, and all that, all learning, because again, I'm not a guidance counselor, so you get that. But I definitely want to get on and share how my day went. I am going to be here probably for a good another hour, maybe 2 hours. Today's my late day. My goal is 1 day a week is my late day. And on this late day, I'm going to plan. And my week I'm going to plan for is Wednesday until Wednesday. Because I noticed last year, actually for like 3 years in a row, that Thursday, Friday, by the time I get to Wednesday, whatever I didn't cover always got pushed back. And I said to myself, everything I plan for Friday doesn't even happen because everything gets pushed back and it's jumbled up. So this, I looked back at my lesson plan books. This has happened 3 years in a row. 3 years. So I said to myself, all right, your planning day is now. Wednesday until the following Wednesday. And then if Thursday and Friday you can plan based off of what you've missed or didn't cover in these days. And guess what? No sweat off my back on that either, because I'm not stressed about it. I'm just making it work. And that's important to know. When you teach, you make it work. And that's exactly what I'm doing, making it work. But let me close out this vlog for today, because I do need to get some work done. I was busy talking, and I know as teachers we need that, but that's what I was doing, talking. And this time I am going to go and get some work done. I keep looking at the clock because I'm like, it's like doing this weird thing. It's going around and around and stopping at the time. And when I looked up, it's like a little bit after 5. So I gotta go and get work done. But if anything exciting happens or anything I need to share with you, I will make sure I get on. Until then, I will talk to you hopefully tomorrow morning. Good morning. It is Thursday morning and I'm on my way out the door to work. Yesterday was my long day, so I kind of slept in a little bit, but kind of was difficult getting up. But today is like my Friday, because tomorrow we have off for Labor Day. So Friday and next Monday we have off. So I'm on my way to work, and when I get to work, I am going to be running around a little bit. When am I not? But I didn't get a chance to make copies yesterday when I was staying at work, so I planned on actually going in, making the copies that I need today, and just getting my science experiment together in the morning, just because the kids are doing some things on Google Classroom, and they need materials so that they could do their observations, because I'm going to actually start, it's kind of like a chapter kickoff of what we're doing in science starting next week, because of all of our DIBELS testing, and to place them in for their intervention and enrichment period, that interferes within all of our time. So I kind of had to play around with my schedule to just figure out where can I fit what in. So when I get to school, I'm going to be doing a lot of getting myself together for that, and I will be running around a little bit, getting my morning message up, and so on and so forth. So, and by the way, my kids have been doing a fantastic job with the morning message. That's something new I started this year. I've seen a lot of teachers on YouTube do their morning messages, and I honestly every morning used to give them morning work to do. Well, number one, morning work just didn't get done because they were still half asleep. With my classroom, I always have a lot of students that go to breakfast in the morning, so they were coming in late. So, and those students were the students that always needed assistance when they are doing their work. So the morning work ended up becoming a task for me instead of a work, and then it ended up throughout the school year becoming busy work for them to do. So it wasn't even meaningful, and it was just a bunch of papers. So I like the morning message because I have them write something. Like yesterday was Encouraging Words Wednesday, and we talked about being kind, and I put a big white Post-it note paper on the board, and I told them on the board to write down with marker anywhere on the paper ways that they can encourage each other. And we talked about that. It was like 5-10 minutes. That was it. And then we went on to our next subject, which was science. So I've been enjoying it. The kids like the routine of it, and they know by the time that bell rings, they're in their seats. So when I get in, I'm going to be doing that too. And maybe I will talk more about my morning messages. If you want to know more about my morning messages, give me a thumbs up, like the video, because I want to maybe do that in a separate video on morning messages, because I know there's so many different ways of doing them, and it's important that you make it your own and you kind of focus it on what the kids are either struggling with, or one thing that you notice socially that they are doing, even if it's something that they're doing well. So yeah, like this video, give it a thumbs up if you would like me to do maybe a separate video on morning messages, and how to, and the way I incorporate them into my classroom. All right. So I'm going to try to vlog later on today, because this afternoon after I finish my day is a running day for me, because this is a shorter day where I have to get out at 4 o'clock. I'm not staying late, and I go running. So I'm going to try to scooch out right away, and hopefully I get to vlog about how my day went a little bit. I'm going to try to get on, since our days are getting a little bit crazier now. All right, I hope you all have a blessed day, and it goes fast for you, especially if you have a long weekend like I do. All right, see you later. Evening time, but I just definitely want to get on because I realized I did not do ending vlog. I just kind of didn't end it at all. You saw me this morning coming into work, and then now I finished work. It's evening, and I literally just finished my run. As you can see, I left work, went for a run with a coworker, and I realized, Simone, you didn't say bye to everyone on YouTube. So I wanted to get on to say that I had a fantastic day today, and it was like, I wouldn't say uneventful, but I didn't have anything major that happened. The kids had fun with the science experiment I talked about earlier, and today went basically according to plan. So it was a really good day. It was great because the kids were saying, oh no, I want to come to school tomorrow, and tomorrow we don't have school because of Labor Day. So I just wanted to get on and just share and say bye. I hope you are enjoying your Labor Day weekend. And I know we're back to school on Tuesday, so give us a little breather. And then we have a lot of stuff that's going for Labor Day weekend. So, and then next week we have Meet the Teacher Night. So I will be doing a Meet the Teacher Night vlog. I'll probably do it separately, so then this way you guys can see it. But stay tuned for more videos. I look forward to it. So all right, I will talk to you later. Have an awesome weekend. Bye, everyone.